What's going on, everyone? Back again with another video. In today's video, we're going to be talking about Pool B. Pool B basically wrapped up when I'm recording this video, so we're going to kind of break down these teams and where they kind of stand. So let's start off with China. They obviously didn't have really a good time in this whole bracket. They go 0-3. I mean, I think many people didn't expect much out of this team, to be honest. They just didn't really look good. They put up 4 runs. They put up 5 runs in the 3 games they played, but they let up 32 runs. That's the most, I think, out of both of these pools that we've seen. They got mercy ruled twice. Wasn't really good at all. Once again, they still suck at international competition, which is basically what I expected them to do. I didn't really expect them to really perform really at all. There's a couple bright spots in this team, but like a lot of it just wasn't good. So they go out of the qualifier. This is the first time that China hasn't been in the World Baseball Classic. Obviously, this is the first time they've had to qualify because they've basically been invited every single time. So first time they're not in the tournament. I'm kind of happy because the groups will be a little bit more competitive, I think. I think this team just always gets destroyed every time. So that's definitely nice for the tournament moving forward. And we also got a brand new team in the World Baseball Classic that hasn't been in the 2023 one. So going over to number 3, this actually was Germany. They looked okay. They definitely were competitive. I want to say that. They destroyed China early on, 12-2 game they won. They played the second game versus Brazil, goes 9-7. This game was super competitive. You know, both teams played pretty well across the board. You know, it was really the hitting side that really put them out the most. They just had one bad inning in Germany, which was this one kid that pitched. I think he let up like 4 runs in the 3rd inning. Wasn't good. It was multiple singles, multiple doubles, all the things like that. I mean, really good hitting from Brazil able to capitalize, but his pitching just wasn't good. And they end up coming back later, but I think that was the main inning that kind of set this team back. And then they played Colombia and also get 10 runs. I mean, it wasn't good. You know, they just didn't really play good in that Colombia game at all. And, you know, Colombia got a big lead early, and then they just did not come back. The hitting was not good at all. The pitching wasn't good either. So unfortunately, they only beat China, and they go 3rd in this group, and they were waiting to play in that game 7. Let's go over number 2. This is Brazil, right? Now, Brazil looked pretty solid, I want to say. Obviously, they first played Colombia, the toughest opponent in the group, right? They lose 5-0 against them. You know, it was a competitive game. You know, they able to keep the scoring down a little bit, goes the full 9 innings. Yeah, overall, it just wasn't really good on their hitting side. The pitching definitely looked better after they let up the runs. I will say that the pitching was good. Yeah, not a lot in that game. They go out, they beat Germany. They able to dominate definitely against China on that one. But the game versus Germany was their closest game. And since, you know, Brazil got second, they do have to play Germany again in the game 7. So I'm very excited to see that matchup because if we look at all the matchups in this whole pool, the Brazil-Germany matchup was the best one, in my opinion. It was the closest game, at least. Only a 2-scoring game. Everything else was kind of a blowout, to be honest. But let's talk about Colombia. They go 3-0 in this pool. I think, you know, this was expected for them to, you know, be the first seed. You know, they obviously beat Brazil 5-0. They beat China 8-1. And then they beat Germany 10-0. It's crazy to think that China's most competitive game was with Colombia, which is kind of random. But yeah, Colombia able to get the 3 wins they needed. They go back to the World Baseball Classic. They were obviously there in 2023. And they're going to be there again in the 2026 World Baseball Classic. Very interesting pool with Colombia going, and then we got Brazil and Germany in the game 7 once again. So I'm very excited to see how that one goes, but the initial group stage was very good, right? I think the initial group stage was pretty good. Kind of the wild card group. We didn't really know what to expect from a couple of these teams. So that's why I think it was fun to watch, because I feel like we kind of knew Colombia were going to be good, China wasn't going to be the best, but everything else was kind of wild card. That's really all we knew. But I wouldn't say there was any upsets. I mean, I pretty much predicted this. I pretty much just flipped to Germany and Brazil, to be honest, but pretty accurate, I'd say, with my predictions. So we just had game 7 finished between Brazil and Germany, and Brazil comes out on top 6-4 in this game. They looked pretty comfortable the whole time through. They pretty much had the lead pretty much the whole game. Germany tried to come back a little bit, didn't really end up happening. And Brazil qualifies, you know, this is their second time beating the World Baseball Classic. I think their first was 2013, I'm pretty sure. So they're excited to obviously get back in there. And this team's going to get better. They have a lot more talent to choose from when they're actually in the Classic. We'll see if Bo Bichette wants to play for Brazil. I know that's a really big guy that, you know, can play for this team. Yeah, Brazil looked really good throughout this tournament. The only game they really didn't not look good in was Colombia, but they limited them to 5 runs. So still impressive over there because Colombia pretty much destroyed every other team. So this Brazil team was pretty good, I'm not going to lie, and I really did like how they played. And on the other side for Germany, it's another heartbreak for them. Obviously, they need to win this game to get in. They don't really do it. This is now the 3rd, you know, qualifier in a row that they've struggled at. So I think Germany was probably with the 2nd best team that didn't qualify behind Spain. I think Spain, you know, had a shot to qualify as well. But yeah, just unfortunately not going to happen for Germany. They got to regroup for the next one if they're in it, which they probably will be in it because they've been in the last 3 of them, which is really unfortunate for them, and Brazil's going to be able to take their spot. So obviously looking back at the pools now, we got to wait for the 4 teams to get put in each pool. They obviously wanted to wait till after the qualifiers were done to put the teams in the pools. So, because it was on what I think like region, location, all that kind of stuff, and then the competitiveness of the teams, I'm pretty sure. So we got pretty much all 20 teams confirmed for the 2026 World Baseball Classic, which is 1 year away, which is very exciting. So we obviously got Nicaragua, Chinese Taipei, Brazil, and Colombia in the pools waiting to be put in. I think it'd be kind of interesting to see where they go. I kind of hope they don't go the same route they already kind of are going with 2023. Like, I hope they don't put Chinese Taipei in the pool A again. I hope they don't put Nicaragua in B again. Like, I don't know. Like, they are similar pools to 2023. It's why, like, I hope they don't do it. But you never know. I mean, it's up to them what they do. We got our 20 teams back in here, which is very exciting. But with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video on Pool B. We'll definitely make another video when the pools get confirmed, and then we can start going through predictions throughout the years and everything like that. So should definitely be a good one moving forward to the tournament. With that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this one. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out, everyone.